Hello everybody, I am Psy and welcome back to another StarCraft 2 game. Today we have the legendary BMer RatzDeezer in the top right as the red Protoss against me, the blue Zerg. In the bottom right, vilePsY representing Vile Gaming, Team Vile, vilegaming.com. You can find my stream at twitch.tv/PsyStarcraft, Facebook and Twitter at PsyStarcraft. And if you guys don't know who Deezer is, he is one of the most legendary, notorious stream cheaters out there. Not only that, but he's actually a decent Protoss player. He's in Grandmasters, and it's hard to tell how good he actually is because he stream cheats all the time. And as you can see, he is stream cheating this time as well. He says, "You think black screen is going to help you?" I was streaming at this time, and I went ahead and made my screen black so he couldn't see what I was doing. My sound was still on, and I was still talking to fans, but he cannot see my stream at this point. He can still hear things though, so if I get like mutas or hydras or roaches or whatever, he'll be able to hear them, as well as maybe, you know, any buildings I place down. Maybe he might be able to hear my third hatchery, stuff like that. But you can see he's already talking shit as well as I, and he says that even without cheating, my skill level is way far from his, and that might be true. No one really knows how good Deezer is because he cheats so much. And already talking smack against an 11 pool. And I retort with nice face. I go, he wants me to leave. It's not going to happen. I really just want him to leave because this is going to be an easy match. Am I right? But the 11 pool is a cool opener. It prevents any kind of cannon-ins, which Deezer loves to do. It prevents him from piloning your expansion. And it's actually not economically too bad compared to a 15 hatch that you're able to get off successfully. Doing some damage to this drone or probe. And then just going back on... sexy time! And then going back on the minerals. Please do not overcommit your drones to killing, you know, probes like that. Good players will be ready to select mineral patches and get them out of there. And here comes the gas, just so I can free up one supply for 4 lings and a queen. And out they come. Deezer with the forge first. Looks like he's going to expand right behind that. Not playing incredibly greedy, which is good because he did see my spawning pool. If he went Nexus first, that could mean bad things. I'd be able to get in. He'd probably have to throw down some extra pylons he didn't want to wall off, maybe some gateways, something like that. And he is going for a quick cannon because of these Zerglings, and this probe looks like he wants to try to block my expansion for as long as he can. In this kind of situation, you want to peel off all but one Zergling to kill the drone probe. You don't want that probe to get loose and go place pylons all around the map. But in this situation, he's running back. Why am I lagging? He's running back to his own base anyway, so I do keep all 4 of my lings at him. This cannon now finishing right as my lings get there, but that's fine. You're going to build 4 lings no matter what, and I might be able to work on that gateway. I'm not actually sure, but the expansion is going down. The gas was canceled, as you saw earlier. Second queen is on the way, and he's trying to bait my lings into the cannon, but come on, Deezer. Come on. I'm at least a little bit good. Baneling all in or Roach. I'm not sure why he thinks I'm going to do that. I am getting that hatchery, but Baneling and Roach all ins typically do go off 2 base. So I don't know. Destructible rocks now going down, and want to bust these, make a bigger choke. As a Zerg player, you always want to have a big, large choke. It's always good, you know, so you can get better surround, so your opponent needs more buildings to wall it off, stuff like that. He's actually getting a Zealot, but it's going to be a while for that Zealot. And these rocks are taking some damage, man. Already 20% of the way dead. Here comes the macro hatch. And I actually canceled the macro hatch for a second. I want to wait until this probe dies to get that macro hatch and the drones actually finish off his probe. I'm going to be holding off until about 40 drones. I'm at 21 right now, about 40 drones to get the gas. And Deezer, pretty intelligently, he realizes that looks like we got a Zealot here trying to chop up some lings. A little bit of ling micro going on. Not the most successful micro. He can just run back to the cannon. But anyway, he realizes I'm not getting any gas at all, so that must mean another base. But instead of getting another base, I'm actually just building another hatchery. Now, would this have been better as another base? Probably. I say this a lot. I usually get a macro hatch instead of getting a third base just because, you know, if you send out like 3 Zealots to an additional base, it can be pretty annoying, and you won't actually have the drone count for the third base to really pay off. So I'm just getting a macro hatch for now. My drone count now sitting at 28, so still a little bit behind Deezer, but I'm just waiting for my injects to kick in, waiting for some more drones to pop out there. Now we are tied, and I'm pulling ahead a little bit. A couple more injects just popping. Still working on these rocks. And he says, no, I know. He's still looking for that third base, but he's not going to find one because I'm not getting one. I just got a macro hatch right now. And I actually started one gas a little bit earlier than the others because I wanted some speed. I thought he might try some kind of timing, so I did go for speed. This Overlord's now running back into his base to see what kind of build he's going, but he hasn't revealed anything just yet. He is getting another cannon, And here we go. This is what I mean. I don't have the number of drones to support a third base yet. I'm only on 40. And these 2 zealots would mean I'd have to make about 10 lings or so. So there's 4 more drones I wouldn't have. I just don't feel like a third base is always the best compared to a macro hatch. But it's hard to say. It depends on the map and stuff and who you're playing against. And he actually does manage to take out that tumor. That's kind of unfortunate. So Overlord is scouting that Deezer's not really doing a whole lot. He's got a Twilight Council on the way with just a single gateway. So we might see some Dark Templar this game. He does get into my base. And it's harassing my drones a little bit. I'm trying to pull off the weak drones. Looks like he might have killed a few. He actually only killed 4 workers? 4 workers, I guess. I've killed 2 of his workers. So that was kind of annoying. And that's what I mean by just a couple zealots able to do a lot against the Zerg, who is going a high mineral, high drone build like that. So the lair is on the way, and now he's like, 2 base, you lost a drone, troll. And he's kind of right, you know, I'm on 2 base to 2 base. My harvester count isn't amazing, but the great thing about going the build that I'm going to be going is it gives you great map control, allows you to take that 3rd and 4th base pretty fast, and he predicts that there's going to be mutas. The lair is on the way, all the gas is on the way as well, and I do scout that Twilight Council. Now, what is he going? Is he going Dark Templar? No, he's getting 7 gateways, 7 warp gates. Why is it lagging? 7 warp gates and a Twilight Council on 49 harvesters. This third base is now coming out, and he's actually busting down his own rocks so he can start moving out with these Blink Stalkers. But, you know, Ling Muta is decent against Blink Stalker. I don't know, it's okay. Mutas alone are bad. Lings alone are bad, but for some reason they seem to synergize well and do pretty good against Blink Stalkers as long as you catch them out in the field and not able to just like blink up onto the high ground or something like that. So Deezer with a 2 base, 7 gateway Blink Stalker, and he's actually taking his 3rd as he moves out. So I really like this play from Deezer. Seems pretty good all around. Blink Stalker is incredibly versatile. And my 3rd base, of course, is on the way just a little bit sooner than Deezer's, but as a Zerg, you want to be further ahead than that than your opponent. Harvesters is now sitting at 52 to 51. These are looking to press on with these Blink Stalkers, and the speed is not done for my Lings yet because I want to get the lair first with that gas, and I want to get my drone economy up, and so I am losing a couple Overlords, which kind of sucks. I'm losing them for nothing. I didn't expect him to move out like this. He does have that +1 attack, so Zealots will be able to 2-shot these Lings, and speed's about to kick in. There it is. No, there it is. He already used his blink. If I'm able to get us around, I might be able to pick off a couple of Stalkers. The warp-ins of the Zealots now coming. How many Stalkers are going to go down? No Stalkers going down. Nice micro from Deezer, blinking up onto the high ground, leaving my Lings to fight the Zealots. So a nice play there by Deezer. I am turning out a lot more Lings. I do have a Queen for my macro hatch, and that's going to mean I can make as many Lings as I want whenever I want. And now you can see now I'm getting some mutas as well. These Zealots are a bit out of position. I'm going to try to take them down. Was that worth it? Probably not. I don't know. It might be debatable, but, you know, wearing down on a Protoss army whenever you can like that is better than nothing. I mean, it's better than attacking Stalkers and having them blink away and not doing any damage. So now the Zergling is scouting the 30s, warping in 3 sentries just for this one Zergling, able to do 25 shield damage to that sentry. Now finishing off these rocks and continuing to make mutas. Harvester count now 61 to 53. I've got this macro hatch going, and my spending right now is looking pretty good. I just need to keep making mutas, keep making Lings, and you know, there's a couple things that are pretty scary against Muta Ling, and Colossus Stalker is one of those things because it's really tough to kill the Colossus so the Lings can do something before the Stalkers kill all the mutas. And another one of the things is Templar sometime. Templar against the Lings are great, and of course he heard the mutas, so he does throw up a bunch of cannons at his expansion. So just one example of how he's stream cheating. And he's got this little army of Stalkers just running around the map trying to spot any extra bases. Gas is now running at the expansion. I've got 5 more drones on the way. Harvester count now 59 to 57. And still just injecting away. Injects looking okay this game, not the greatest. Just continuing with the Lings, continuing with the mutas, and it looks like he's going to press on and try to take out my 3rd base. He has +2 attack, and he's focusing down the hatchery, not worrying about the Queen, not worrying about the drones. My Lings and mutas are a bit out of position, but here they come. 4 mutas actually up here that need to be rallied as well, and there they go. And he's actually outnumbered. Once I bring the mutas in and the Lings, he's outnumbered. He's got a long way to go to get back to his base, and you can't blink more than just a couple yards, and he's going to lose every single Stalker for just a base. I lost my base, yes, but I'm reproducing the base right away, and he lost so many units. Is he even going to bother to blink this Stalker back? No, he's not. I think the cooldown was ready. So my Lings that are +1, my mutas that are going to be +1 soon, able to destroy every single Stalker, and now I see this as a weakness. I'm going to try to move out nice force fields, blocking at about 10 or so Lings. and I do see this High Templar as well. I feel like this base is vulnerable. I'm going to go for this High Templar. He's not able to get a Storm off. Even if he was, mutas are so agile, they wouldn't be affected by it. And now I'm taking out several probes. These sentries are a bit out of position. Of course, I'm still rallying Lings and mutas to this position. He's sending in the Templar. But look, this Templar is so bad against muta. I'm able to dodge the Storm. They actually do some damage to his own Stalkers. And he's forced to turn 2 of them into an Archon, so just wasting Templar, wasting the Storm research, not getting any good Storms down, and now a dead Archon instantly. Gonna move in, and in this kind of situation with your mutas, focus down the sentries first. Incredibly important to focus down the sentries first, and as you can see, I do just that. 1 sentry, 2 sentry, 3 sentries, 4 sentries, all dying. Lings continuing to rally in, and you want to keep maintaining your injects as well. My 3rd base has completed in the meantime, and Lings just swarming around, killing 3 cannons. 4th cannon almost going down, and mutas are incredibly good fighters, even against, +2 Stalkers. Mine have +1, and they're just doing tons of damage to these Stalkers, and at this point I kind of sense I'm taking the lead in this game. It's now 55-54 to 138 food. His 3rd base is going down, his main base is close to mining out, and I'm rallying 26 Lings and 3 more mutas. He's got 4 more gateways on the way, and just more shit talk coming for me. You might say, Psy, take the higher ground, just GL, have fun, and that's it, and then say GG at the end, but no, dude, I'm not like that. If this guy's gonna talk shit to me, I'm going to talk shit to him. He's now retreating to his natural base when I'm continuing to rally Lings. Just so many Lings being rallied here. And these mutas, man, they're really good against Stalkers with Ling support. And that's all he has is just Stalkers. Muta Ling versus Stalker. I will take that any day of the week. And, not getting that fast 3rd didn't really hurt me at all because my drone count was never at the point where I needed a 3rd base to even out my saturation. So 3rd bases can be overrated. Would it have been better for me to get a 3rd base instead of a macro hatch? Probably, just because he didn't have any. He didn't have a high number of gateways early, but I mean, you can see that this is working as well. My Lings are actually 1-1. 1-1, not going to be very significant because Zealots can still 2-shot them with the 2+2 attack upgrades, but never hurts. And I'm just kind of doing whatever I want at this point. So many mutas and Lings being rallied. Still, my 3rd base is up and running. Harvester's now 66 to 25. I mean, these Zerglings getting chopped up by these +2 Zealots, but it's not really going to matter. More mutas rallying in, and this huge-ass number of gateways just isn't working for Deezer. It's now 44 to 153, and at this point on the stream, I am actually talking smack to Deezer because I know he's still listening to him. I'm calling him a baby. I'm saying, why isn't he speaking? Why so quiet? Are you mad? And I've got, some Lings around the map, making sure he's not sneaking any kind of extra base. And even if he were, he's so far behind at this point, it wouldn't really matter. And mutas, man, mutas are so good. I feel like this is the new, excuse me, ZVP metagame. It's just muta Ling. Infestors can be good, but Roach Hydra Corruptor is just so bad. Very few people can make that work, Idra being one of them. And once again, just scouting out the map, making sure there's no 3rd trying to be taken again. There's no, mass cannons trying to turtle up or something like that. I am taking my 4th now. The 4th was a bit late, but considering, killing those Stalkers, that kind of made me say, I'm going to go for the kill. I don't need to take a 4th. And so, the 4th wasn't too late. I mean, wasn't too necessary at this point. 1 Templar actually coming into play. That guy's not going to have energy forever. It's a lot of mutas, man. Unit count 101 Lings and 24 mutas against just some Zealots. And I don't even need to send in the Lings. I'm just going to kill the Templar, Archon, and finish off those Stalkers. And Deezer rage quits the game without saying anything. And the last time he spoke was when he heard my mutas come out. So poor guy, he just can't play as well without cheating. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's such a satisfying feeling, killing such a loser. I wish I could use some really bad words, but people would be offended if I did. So Deezer, you're a piece of shit. Learn to play the game. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Man, that felt good. Thanks for watching. Where's my GG button? That deserves a GG button. Oh yeah.